We are looking at the position of the members of the Rivers State House Assembly that decamped from PDP to APC. Dr. Yemi Amodele.
Yes, sir.
In view of the provision of the Constitution to the effect that where a person gets elected on the platform of a party and before the expiration of his tenure, he decomes from that party, that such a person has lost his position. What do you have to say concerning the drama going on in Rivers State?
Yes, sir. We do respect, sir. I think that is section 109, 109(1) of the Constitution, which says a member of the House of Assembly shall vacate his seat if in the House, if it's listed A to G, to H rather. Now, particularly, you see, the G, being a person whose election to the House of Assembly was sponsored by a political party, he becomes a member of another political party before the expiration of the period for which that house was elected. There is a provision of this. He said, the provision says, provided that his membership of the latter political party is not as a result of a division in the political party of which he was previously a member, or of a merger of two or more political parties, or fractions by one of which he was previously sponsored, or then the other one. Now, if you go to subsection 2 of that section says, the Speaker of the House of Assembly shall give effect to the subsection 1 of this section, so however, that the Speaker or a member shall first present evidence satisfactory to the House that any of the provisions of that subsection has become applicable in respect of the member. Now, with due respect, sir, what happened in Rivers State is that some persons, the members, about I think 26 or 27,
yes,
claimed there was a division in their political party,
yes, that
they got victory from, and as such they decamped to another political party. And now, when they decamped to political party, another political party, there is a division. Division is that there are two speakers. Yes. Just so know, sir. Now, looking at the provision of section 109 sub 1 and the proviso and subsection 2, sir. And then if you link section 109 sub 1 G and 2 to right to association. Now, if you link it together,
I want us to clear something.
I'm going to clear, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
My question is, in view of the provision of section 109,
yes,
1G,
yes,
what is the effect? And then what you read says that if there is a division,
if there is,
and then the letter they present to the Speaker of the House talked about various cases pending respect to the nature, publicity secretary of the party.
Yes.
Is that a division in the party?
Well, division, the word division, it depends on the context you interpret it. To the decampees, the division they interpreted suited their purpose, and that was why they decamped.
What do you want Nigerians to know as division? What is your
division depends on the context you interpret it. Now, the fact remains that
there was division in PDP.
By their claim, by their decision, by their thinking and reasoning, they claim there is a division. I'm not a member of their political party.
Okay.
I wouldn't have known the problem they have. There is a division. So, having said there is a division in their political party, and on that basis they decamp, they are exercising their constitutional right. This constitution empowers them to decamp if there is division, and they said there is division.
Pastor, do you agree with that?
Well, you see, anybody can assert that there is a division. But I think what constitutes a division has been interpreted by the Supreme Court severally. It does not involve maybe intra-party problems of this nature. The allegation they made, what they call division, was that there was no valid publicity secretary in their party.
Yes.
That is not division under that provision. The fact that there is no appointed or authentic secretary for that party is not a division.
Yes.
The division has to do with where the party had fractionalized, maybe into 2 groups, and each group sponsoring candidates of their own. That never happened in their party before they moved into that APC. Now, obviously,
so in view of that,
if you look at that provision also, the provision also explaining, it talks about merger, where there is merger, where there is fractions. But these people, they are certain that there is division because their party does not have a national secretary. But to me, how does that affect the problem in Rivers State? If they don't have a national secretary and there are cases on that in court, how does that impact on the state? The executive in the state, is there a fraction in the executive of their party in Rivers State? Of course, the answer is no.
yes,
so,
going from your...
So they have no basis to stand on that issue. I understand what my good friend is saying, which is the proper thing. Anybody can look at any event in a party, and political parties will always quarrel. The essence of that provision is not where there is a quarrel in the party. But the people in the party will always quarrel. But when the constitution uses the word division, it means there is a split in that party. That word means a schism. And that's what has been interpreted by the Supreme Court. Where you have 2 national offices, and the Supreme Court is explaining, where you have 2 offices for the same political party, where you have parallel executives for that same party, or the political party has fractionalized. Some are already forming a group, dissenting group, different from the other one. But that's not what is happening in this case.
Now, taking it from there,
yes,
does it mean that by decamping
yes,
and their so-called reasons not within the purview of
that's
Section
why
That's
they are even scared to go to court. Ordinarily, they should not be looking for a political solution through the president. They should have gone to court to ask the court to invalidate what the other speaker did by declaring their seat vacant. And that political solution is not even going to solve it by the president. Because what are you now saying? You are saying that the governor should recognize the 27 or 26 or 27 legislators who had left to another party. Now, if you assuming Fubara even accept to recognize them and come back, under what party would they be in the house? Would they be in the house under APC that they have gone to? They will now be 27 or 26 members of APC instead of PDP, or are they coming back into PDP? Either way, it will be unconstitutional. Either way, it's unconstitutional.
Yes.
So the proper thing
Either
is
way,
for them
it
to go
is
to court, get
unconstitutional.
another first. Let's know what the court will say on it before they can claim that they are now member of that house, because their seat have been declared vacant.
All right, Dr. Yemi.
Yes, sir.
What is your thought on the same drama vis-a-vis federalism in this country?
In relation to
Yes, in particular in relation to the alleged interference by some political powers.
By the president, let us put it down.
Yes, by the president, as he has said,
you see,
in what is going on in Rivers State. What is your thought on it?
You see, sir. You see,
in relation
yes,
to
yes.
true federalism.
I love your question. You see, what happened is this. I think I read about 45 papers in a day. I read where people were making appeal to government, to the presidency,
Yes.
for intervention.
Yes.
So made that statement. So I think the intervention of the president is in line with what he requested for. I am not from Rivers State. I have nothing to lose about the election in Rivers State. None of my relations is a member of the House of Assembly. So having made that, the president invited them. And there are some other persons there. They discussed. I was not privy to their discussion. But we only read reports on the paper, whether correct, whether right or wrong. But let me tell you, sir, as far as Nigeria is concerned, the president is the chief security officer of this country. If that is accepted, doing that is not out of place.
Hold it there.
But the constitutionality or otherwise of it is not the issue at hand.
Hold
the issue
it
at hand is
there.
that, is it constitutional for president to ensure that there is peace in Nigeria The answer is yes. If the answer is yes, what he has done is in order, because there is demolition, there is setting ablaze, a lot of things, and it can lead to another thing. So would the man fold his hands and be looking when elder statesmen who are older than him in time of age in administration called on him to intervene?
Hold it there.
He committed no crime.
We are not talking of the president committing a crime. What we are saying,
yes,
and what this program is all about, is
yes,
democracy and rule of law.
The democracy recognizes the president as the chief security officer of this country. So if that was, he's at liberty.
No.
To ensure that there's peace in the country. Will he fold his hand until the whole country is thrown to pandemonium?
What we are discussing
yes,
is not politics.
We are discussing law, and we are discussing the rule
of law.
Yeah,
now, if a constitution has made a provision,
yes, sir,
can any person in Nigeria, no matter who that person is,
what is going on,
override the constitutional provisions?
I have not read it, and I have not heard that the president has override the constitution.
Is that right?
Yes.
I've not heard.
Let me come in. My good friend is right that the president can intervene where there are crises, but it's unfortunate in this particular situation, his intervention is suspect, and I will say what I will explain. Yes, people ask him to intervene and all that. The kind of intervention people expected him to do is not to be issuing out order to the governor or to be giving conditions to governor and asking the governor to sign papers. Okay? The intervention everybody expected him to do is to call his minister Wike to order.
Let us be guided, please. Don't let us believe on all these reportages.
So let him finish.
Because some of these reportages are not correct. We were not there, you were not there, I was not there.
Let him finish. He allowed you to say yours. Let him finish.
Let me finish. Now, Wike is a minister of the president and is an individual as far as Rivers State is concerned. An individual cannot hold the institution of governance in a state to ransom under any justifiable or justifiable reason. So it was wrong for Wike to introduce anarchy into the governance of that state by raising stooges to create problem in that state. So, and seeing the way the thing is going on, the president ought to have called Wike to order and said, please don't disturb the governance of that state. Concentrate on the assignment I have given you. If you are not satisfied, please leave my government. That is what the president ought to have done. But you see, it's a different thing that happened. I was not there, but I will tell you
now, yes,
from what I have read also.
Yes, let me ask you.
Yes.
Dr. Yemi has said that the president's intervention is proper.
Yes.
The constitution has said that where a person or group of persons elected on a platform of a political party decamp from that party, but not in compliance with the provisions of the constitution, they've lost their seats.
Nobody can give them that seat back except the courts. So the president's order that they should be recognized and reinstated is unconstitutional. Pure and simple. It's very unconstitutional.
Yes.
Now let me also say this, that you see, what the president himself is a beneficiary of that crisis in Rivers State, and I will say this very, very clearly, and I will tell you why. Because the people that moved from PDP, the 27 people that moved from PDP, they moved into his party, the party of the president, APC. So to that extent, the president too has an interest in the matter, and it's like presiding over your own case. That's where I see it, and that is also supported by the outcome of that meeting itself, where the governor is being asked now to go and withdraw all the suits that he has, while the other suit by the other people, the APC people, the new 27 people, and Wike were not mentioned in that agreement. Their suits were never mentioned, and we are asking him to recognize a speaker that has defected to another political party as a speaker, and we are asking that all that has been done by the House after they defected and their seats were declared vacant, including the appropriation bill, should be reversed. I don't think that is fair.
Well, you see, I just want
I don't think that is fair. So the president cannot preside over his own case.
If it were one of the persons who attended that meeting that is here now, I would have been so much. Let's be sincere with ourselves. You see, reportage in Nigeria is a different ballgame. Now, whether agreement or no agreement, fly over online, this, I don't. In most cases, I don't place reliance on them, because all of them, they are trying to sell their products. So let us be guided. Because some of those things, some of those allegations, they are politically motivated. Okay. There may not be any element of truth in it. So that somebody compare. That somebody compare.
Yemi, you are very right.
Is it an indigenous of
I agree with you.
That cannot be true.
I agree with you on the point you have made now that one should not totally believe.
We should not be all this reported there. One should be careful.
Let me also
we are not looking at reportage.
Okay, sir. Let me ask one question. Assuming we that consider that,
yes.
As at the time the crisis was growing and people were saying President, and the man came quiet.
Yes.
And everything turned to pandemonium. Loss of life, everything. What do you think, Nigeria? We also come here and be talking. Nigerians will also be talking that Mr. President get quiet. No, that is not the way. That is not the way. When there is problem, we look for a way to resolve it. We look for a way to resolve it. Now, this is the constitution. The major problem, let me tell you, sir, the major problem in this country is caused by this constitution. There are a lot of gaps. There are gaps. There are gaps in the constitution. Those gaps are the one causing this problem. They are the gaps.
Let me say this.
The gaps are the one causing problem.
No.
Let me say this.
If we are to be mentioning gaps, I can mention more than 100 gaps in this constitution.
There are gaps.
Let me explain.
Is it the gaps in the constitution that made the 24 or 26 members to the
okay, why did the constitution say provided? Proviso. That is a negative part of it.
No.
When you say this is this, you now say provided. It's also a gap.
I think we are getting political rather than.
No, it's not political. We are talking law. Let me tell you, sir. I just want to be careful with what I do. I read that maybe some person say
Yes,
sir.
Just give me 1 minute.
Okay, sir.
Let me say
Let me say this. Because we are running out of time to take the last.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu
yes, sir.
was the governor of Lagos State for 8 years.
Yes, sir.
And I remember a similar situation came up when he was governor of Lagos State.
Yes.
Okay, where the president at that time, General Obasanjo,
yes, sir,
was trying to intervene in matters that involve Lagos State.
Okay, sir.
Our president fought that issue legally to the Supreme Court. Almost all the issues, including the non-payment of the allocation to Lagos State. It was fought to the Supreme Court
legally.
Yes. And the president recognized that and he didn't intervene. If you listen to what Fashola said a week before that thing, when people were agitating that the president should get involved, he said President Tinubu, it would be unconstitutional for President Tinubu to get involved in that River State crisis.
It's his opinion.
That's his opinion. But don't forget that. He was also in the government, and not only that, he's a senior advocate of the country. And he was part of that same caucus at that time. But talking legally,
yes,
there was no reason for President Tinubu to come out with all those conditions. You can intervene, but you cannot impose
I am still saying that those conditions
on a governor.
I don't believe that.
That's where it ends. That's why the government are not against intervention.